Welcome to the Been There Doing That podcast. I'm Robert Scrivener.
And I'm Gayla Scrivener.
We left the 9-to-5 grind, downsized, and our goal is to have freedom to live and to work from just about anywhere.
Welcome to another episode of the Been There Doing That podcast.
It is a beautiful episode.
It is. Kind of celebrating the nation's birthday, I guess.
Some people call it the 4th of July.
Yes. Oh, now I've got Dave Alvin's song in my head.
Well, yeah.
We need to play that.
It's the 4th of July.
Yes.
Hey, baby. It's the 4th of July.
That's not how you normally sing.
No, it isn't.
No, but you've been playing a lot of music lately.
I have.
A lot. In the past 5 days, you played 4 days.
Well, gotta pay the bills.
You do.
Gotta make some money.
Save up for that next trip.
That's right. Which will be here before we know it.
I know. Yeah, so you were playing mainly at Lake of the Ozarks.
100 mile.
Yeah. I didn't go.
One way.
Yeah, one way.
One way.
I did stay up for you, though.
I didn't come home.
I know. One night you didn't come home. I did go to bed.
That was Saturday night.
Mm-hmm. What did you do? You led somebody astray.
Yeah, well.
I texted you because I have an upcoming trip.
Yes.
To go to Mississippi with my cousin.
And so we were packing up music stuff at the end of the gig. And the front guy, singer, his wife, was standing next to me, and I just kind of blurted out, I just found out my wife's leaving me.
What did she do?
And she kind of whipped her head around and said, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yeah."
Oh, goodness.
It's only for 3 or 4 days, though. And then she's like, I just about had a heart attack.
I thought you told me that she said something like, I was wondering why she isn't coming around anymore.
No, that was her husband when I told him that you were. And so I told him, I just found out in a text that my wife's leaving me. Well, I wonder why she hadn't been around. Like, yeah, well, it's only for 3 or 4 days.
You took it very well.
Yeah, I took it very well. Oh, well.
You get people talking.
Yeah, I do.
Well, when we lived in Florida, and I hardly ever went out to see you play music.
You were make-believe.
Yeah, you said that you were
said
married,
I was married, but...
Or that, we were together, but I never came out.
Until that one time you did, and I flirted with you, and people were looking at...
Somebody actually genuinely got mad at you for cheating on your wife with your wife.
Cheating on my wife with my wife. Because they didn't know you.
They didn't. That was the first time that most people saw me.
Yeah, well.
That was fun.
That was.
Well, you've got a break for a little while with music now.
Just 2 days.
Oh, that's true.
Just 2 days, then I'm back at it.
Back at it. And I took the day off of work to help you run wire. Wire.
Got wire to run.
You don't like to run wire.
It's running wire from the battery to inside the vehicle is my most, I shouldn't say hated, because that's a strong word.
That's a mean word.
I just don't like doing it at all.
But it was a fun day today.
Because I was with you.
I didn't let you be grumpy.
No, you wouldn't let me.
No. But
I tried.
What? It was just last night that our little console, when you were driving to your gig, our USB thing didn't work.
Where the radio, the AM, FM, CD player in a Jeep Wrangler, where it normally would go, we took that out and tossed it in the trash.
Yes, we did.
We like having
power
sources. 12-volt power, USB power, toggle switch, and a voltmeter to tell you how much, what your voltage is at the battery.
The power center.
The power center.
We don't need no stinking music.
Oh, I play enough music. I don't need to listen to it.
And
I'm not productive whenever music is on.
No, you're not.
I'm thinking. Wheels are turning.
Wheels are turning and you want to play music. So we can't. Whereas I like to listen to like Waylon Jennings or something to get motivated to clean the house. No.
I stop everything when music's on and just listen.
Yes. Yeah. You're weird. But anyway, that was stopped working. The voltmeter was working, but the USB and the 12-volt doohickey for the refrigerator.
The doohickey.
Yeah, it's a doohickey. It's not a wheelie-bird or wheelie-gig.
No.
Whirligig. Whirligig. It's not one of those because it doesn't whirl around.
No.
But the refrigerator wasn't. It was a doohickey and it wasn't working. And so we ripped out the dash a little bit.
Only where the radio went.
And thank goodness it was just a loose wire.
Fixed it.
One loose wire and your soldering gun took care of it.
It did. I blamed it on my poor soldering tip from last time.
Yes. You and the solder gun. You were so angry.
It's a love-hate relationship.
So angry at the soldering gun when you were doing some sort of project. And I said, that's not right. That's just not right. You were convinced that it was your soldering skills.
It had to been me.
It was not you.
It was the equipment.
It was. The solder gun needed a new tip. Something was not right because I could just tell.
I am not a solderer.
You are too. Because today's project went perfectly and there was wind.
It was. I was soldering in the wind. How many people do that?
Is that a song?
No.
It should be. Soldering in the wind. You think?
Don't spit in the wind.
No, don't do that.
Don't tug on Superman's cape.
Okay, moving on. Then we were having trouble with driving lights and high beams.
The high beams would go out in the middle of the night driving.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
It's not fun.
So you rewired the driving lights and
the high beams work perfect.
Yeah. So.
And the driving lights work too.
Toggle switches.
Toggle switches. I like
you and your dad love toggle switches on everything.
Yeah, why not?
On everything. But that was a successful day.
Yes, it was.
And it was great. You didn't have to be grumpy or anything.
No, not when I'm around you.
Well, of course not.
Yeah.
And my goodness, I had 2 bags full of things from the last 2 Overland Expos that we've gone
2017 and 18.
Yes. And we took time to sort through that stuff and thin down, and we had stickers and patches and all of this stuff that we organized, and that made me feel better because...
Well, good. That was one of your projects then.
Yeah, but you actually did it. I just...
Watched?
Yeah. I thought that was great.
I took over, didn't I?
You did take over, and that was great. I didn't know which parts and magazines and stuff you wanted to keep.
All of them.
I know. But now it's organized, and we have 2 extra bags we can use for something else.
Yeah, there you go.
Who makes those bags?
Blue Ridge Overland.
Blue Ridge Overland. I like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen them several times.
Yes. Yes.
I think they're in Bedford, Virginia.
We follow them on Instagram.
We do.
Yep. Very
we
nice
haven't
bags.
been to Bedford yet, but we should go.
Someday we will, and we'll knock on their door.
Yep. Watch them make bags.
I like bags. I have a fascination with bags. Speaking of bags, I've got another order for you for a leather something or other that you can make especially for me.
Okay.
I thought of something that I'd like to put our receipts in.
Oh.
When we travel.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I've got ideas.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right. Well, we were done with our stuff with the Jeep and organizing, and it was about 3 o'clock, and so we just wanted to get out and about. I was bound and determined not to work today.
You wanted a cheeseburger.
Yeah, that sounded really good. So you went in the general direction of a cheeseburger.
Which is 40 miles in one direction.
White Grill, Nevada, Missouri.
Yep.
Whistle Burger and Susie Q's.
It is also in the top 10 of our number 1.
Yes, we did that around New Year's.
Yeah.
So if you want to hear our top 10 places to eat.
It's one of them.
It's one of them. Don't remember what number.
Probably because it's so close and convenient. 40 miles is convenient.
I love their Susie Q's because they're not frozen. They're just...
And they've been there since 1938.
Yes.
It's been a while.
I was actually impressed with the cook because we were right there at the bar and we could see him cook. Yeah,
it's a diner.
And he had, I think, like 12 or 14 burger orders, and he had them counted out and sorted out, and I was impressed on how he kept them straight.
Well, that was his job.
I know, but I can be impressed with somebody doing their job very well.
Right on.
I don't think I could do that.
That's why you're not doing it.
Exactly. Then we wanted to drive around some more. Our bellies were full.
Because?
It's the 4th of July.
That too. Because I've been working on the Jeep and I think I've fixed out my problem.
Yes. You're excited.
I am.
What's going on?
My so-called vapor locking issue was not vapor locking at all.
Vapor locking issue?
Yeah. Ain't you funny? It was a crankshaft sensor.
Yes. And the codes that were thrown on our little gadget.
That's called a code reader.
The code reader.
Yeah.
At first it was all the misfires.
Random misfire. Cylinder 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Once all of those got taken care of.
It was just throwing one for a crankshaft sensor.
And you were convinced that couldn't be it.
Couldn't be it because I replaced it last year.
Mm-hmm.
I'll come to find out. Further inspection, I revealed 2 of the 3 wires got hot and melted to each other.
So you changed that out several days ago.
Oh, it's been over a week, I think, now.
And you've been driving it like crazy.
700 miles in the last week.
And
no codes.
At 65 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You've been going fast.
I'm fast.
Fast.
And
And
the Jeep goes.
With the air conditioner
With
on?
the air conditioner running, rooftop tent, just down the road.
Okay, we're recording this, so we're pretty confident that it's fixed.
99%. There's
And
that
so
1% that
we're hoping that in the next 2 or 3 or 4 podcasts we won't say, "Damn it,
yeah,
it's doing it again."
Well,
no,
yeah,
but
we'll revert back to this one and listen and see what we said.
Yes, we will. Probably not, because it's not
sounds good.
It's not going to.
It's not going to happen.
Happen exactly. So we were driving around so you could further test.
Yeah.
Because 600 miles is
not a
enough.
good test. You need at least 12 to 30,000.
Well, you're feeling more confident going east with it.
Yes.
Now.
More so than last year.
Yes.
But we made it last year.
We did. We didn't get stranded.
No.
And
except for that one time that we had those wheel studs all broke off.
We weren't stranded.
We couldn't drive.
No, but you fixed it right
we
there
walked.
in the parking lot. Yes.
Yeah, well, yeah, I did.
Yeah, we got a video on that.
Yeah, it's on the YouTube.
On the YouTube.
Oh, boy.
We headed, because we were so close, where did we head?
We were only 20 miles from Fort Scott, Kansas, so why not head west?
We did. We went into a different state. We celebrated 4th of July.
In Fort Scott, Kansas,
yes.
at the Fort Scott National Historic Site.
We got there about 6 o'clock, though, so everything was closed. But when we arrived, it was different than the last time we were there.
They had flags and flags everywhere.
Thousands of flags in rows in their parade ground.
Perfect rows.
See, they've got this parade ground. It's I guess like a square inside, and then the perimeter of that are the old military buildings, the forts buildings.
Headquarters where the...
And that's where they have they've had parks and music there and soldiers marching and stuff like that all through since the 1840s.
Huh.
That's when
Is that when it was built?
Yeah, it was built actually to be an area where the Army would help with the permanent Indian, not colonies, but Indian frontier territory.
Yeah.
Because way back then, out west was supposed to be for the Indians. Well, that kind of went.
Well, we know where that ended up.
Well, and so that fort was made to to man with soldiers to keep the peace, or keep the white man and the Indian separated, so it would keep the peace.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
See, I was too busy taking video and doing pictures.
Well,
You were
I was reading
stuff.
the flags were. I don't know when they started it, but it is called the Symbols of Sacrifice, and they put those up this year, June 29th, and they take them away like July 6th. Yeah. So about a week.
About a week.
And it honors American soldiers. It doesn't matter what war they were in. It's just honoring our soldiers. And they had a ceremony earlier on the 4th, and they had some period dress folks, and then they had a flag ceremony and things like that, which we missed. But I saw it on their blog post, which I will link to in our show notes, because it was quite interesting.
Yeah, I was doing all kinds of video. I got all kinds of video of flags.
Yeah, and you're experimenting with all the different, 2 different lenses and different depths of field. And we were getting there toward the end of the evening.
It was kind of nice sunset.
Yes, and it's impressive of how many thousands. And actually, I take for granted sometimes, because Fort Scott is so close to us.
It's not that far.
And it is one of the better National Historic Sites, I think, by far. It is
free admission.
Free admission. The grounds are beautiful.
Kept.
They are beautiful. And you're able to go. I mean, obviously, we were there after hours, so we could not go in to the buildings. But
you can walk the grounds at any time.
Yes. And when they're open during the day, which they closed at 5, and I think they open at 8. So I think the hours are 8 to 5, if memory serves. But the visitor center is just a wealth of information. And then most of the buildings you are able to go into, or at least go up to an open door and peek in.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We did that one time. I think we've been there 3, maybe 4 times.
We've been there probably 4 times.
Then the first time I was quite impressed, but then I forget how impressed I am until I get there.
And then you're like, whoa!
I know.
I'm impressed.
The grounds are gorgeous. The buildings are fantastic. One of the officers' quarters I think I'd like to have. It's a nice little small house.
It is. It's kind of quaint.
Oh, they had a cell phone tour, or a phone tour.
You did that.
I did. And I guess I could just put the phone number right there in our podcast show notes, because there's 12
You could call
stops.
it and listen to it from wherever you're at.
Yeah, because then when I called it for the first time, I heard, whatever, their introduction and everything. And then I get this text shortly after. Well, I didn't look at the text until we got home. And there was a link for their app of some sort. So it went to a website, and it had all of those recordings again, and a map.
Huh.
It's really cool. And you can read the recording. You can they have it transcribed. Or you can listen
that's
to
like reading the recording.
That's right. That's what I was meaning.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. I don't know. I think that's one of my favorite places to just kind of hang out. And it's quiet.
For the middle of town, it's not bad at all.
Yeah. And I think the first time I went there, I was, I guess, expecting it outside of town. But the town was built around the fort.
Yeah. And it's a nice little downtown.
Hence the name Fort Scott.
Yeah. Wonder where they got the name.
I don't know. Oh, this guy, one of the soldiers.
Name Scott?
Yeah. His last name was Scott.
Huh. You read a lot more than I did.
The downtown is one of the best little downtowns I've seen,
Yes, they pay attention to detail there. All the buildings and the paintings on the buildings, the bricks and the wood and
it
molding.
Is a nicely restored downtown. Some brick.
Still brick
drive.
Cobblestone drive through
Yeah.
downtown.
And nice little, it's not abandoned like a lot of historic downtowns. There's a lot of businesses there. Granted, they were all closed because, you know,
4th of July.
4th of July, and we're there after hours. But they were piping in some sort of easy listening
music downtown.
But
I think there were 2 cars parked on the whole main street that we walked.
Yeah, we kind of walked in the road, some of it.
Yeah.
And if you drive around Highway 54 in East Kansas, you've got to stop at Fort Scott. It's well worth it.
It is. Fort Scott. And they've got a lot of antique flea markets right there, too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we drove through to the National Cemetery, too.
Yes, we did. We just like driving in Fort Scott.
It's a quaint little town.
It is.
I like it. What's your favorite part?
Of today or Fort Scott?
How about first of today?
Oh, fixing the driving lights and the high beams.
That's your favorite part?
Right after eating ice cream.
Oh.
That was a good part, too.
What would you do for Klondike Bar?
I'd drive 40 miles. That was favorite part today, yes.
How about your favorite part of
Now
Fort
I can
Scott?
drive at night to go get a Klondike.
Without fearing that the whole lights come out.
Exactly.
That's scary when the headlights go out in the middle of the night.
Yeah, it is. Now, favorite part of Fort Scott? I'd say probably got to be the fort.
Yeah. I love the architecture.
There's a lot of stuff there. There is. Really is.
Yep. Well, we are looking forward to some family events, and I'll be leaving you for a few days.
You are leaving me.
I am leaving you.
My wife is leaving me.
I am going to
You let me know in a text that you were leaving.
Well, I kind of let you know a few days, or you kind of knew that I was going to go to Mississippi. You just didn't know when.
Yeah. Now I know you're leaving.
Yes. I'm going with my cousin to see her grandbaby.
Well, there you go.
So.
But you'll be back, right? Right?
Yes, I'll be back. Yes, I'll come back.
Okay.
Come back. But we may have to do a podcast long distance.
Oh, my.
We could do that.
I know you got the technology.
Yeah, I've done it before with interviews and stuff like that.
Right on.
So we can do that. That might be something different. I can tell you what I see. And then...
What I see?
Yeah, you're going to be on the radio soon, right?
Tuesday.
There we go.
Tuesday the 10th.
You'll have to tell me.
Playing on the radio. Actually, AM, FM radio.
Wow.
I know. It's scary. Not my first time either.
By the time this podcast gets published, it might be after the 10th, but...
It might be.
Maybe we can have a sample on our website.
A sample. Okay.
Maybe?
Maybe. We'll see.
All right. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed the show of our little bantering, and we encourage you to pop over to our website at beentheredoingthat.com and look at the show notes, because there's going to be links to all the Fort Scott stuff. And then there's going to be video and some pictures.
I got to work it up.
Yeah. And pictures of our day. Robert loves our new camera.
Love.
Which is, what camera is it?
It is a Fujifilm X-T20.
It's a mirrorless. SLR? No, can't be an SLR.
It's
mirrorless digital camera.
Yep.
It's very good.
I like it.
The video does great too.
Oh, yeah, it does.
You're becoming a cinematographer?
No, but I enjoy doing it.
Well, good.
Can't go through one episode without saying that.
Exactly. And we'll have to have Tracy on the show sometime to tell us the story of where that comes from.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed today's show. And like I said, go over to our website, and you can always email us at podcast@beentheredoingthat.com if you have any questions or want to shoot us a note. That would be fantastic. And until next time.
You look us up on Instagram at BeenThereDoingThat.com.
Yes.
Catch you later.